Bueno, buenas tardes, buenas noches, buenos días, donde quiera que estén. Saludo a toda la gente y la comunidad de Genshin Impact que mira este canal. Eh, en este canal nos dedicamos a publicar gameplays y crear contenido del juego de mundo abierto Genshin Impact. Ahora vamos a continuar con la parte 9, que es el rito de la linterna, que creo que estamos haciendo ya la última parte. Tenemos ahorita, dice, regresa a Li Yue y habla con Amadian Pin. Listo. Pues vamos a hablar con ella, que nos contaron la historia de la fallecida del lago esa, la que salvaba a la gente y algo así, de la caballero errante, algo así era. Vamos a Vamos a ir a Liyue y a la ciudad de Liyue Harbor y vamos a ver qué pasa con el rito de la linterna, ¿listo? Les recuerdo a todos, si les gusta mi contenido pueden buscarme en YouTube como Teibar TV. También si quieren interactuar conmigo y digamos tener un encuentro o algo así, pelear con un jefe, pasar un dominio o algo que tengan problemas. Si quieren pueden añadirme y chateamos por el chat y programamos un encuentro para hacer tal misión, tal cosa, ¿listo? Todo se hace en la plataforma de Twitch en Teibar TV 1. Allí me conecto de lunes a viernes de 8 a 10 de la noche en el local de México, ¿vale? Así que allí pueden sintonizarme y ver todos los streams que he hecho hasta el momento. Podemos ya hablar temas relacionados a este juego. Vale, entonces vamos a ver aquí. Tenemos que ir a hablar con Ganyu, con Madame Pin, ¿no? Que ella también sabe de la fallecida de... Ay, no me acuerdo, Shinsu o algo así era. Que falleció en la guerra de los arcontes. Ahí está, Madame Pin. A ver. Ve, se fue a verla. Oh, Madame Pin y preservadora de nubes. ¿Juntas?
It appears you made haste after all. One arrived but moments before you.
Parece que al final se apresuraron en venir. Yo también acabo de llegar.
Oh, bless my soul. To what do I owe the honor? How nice of you all to come and visit me.
Por los arcontes, ¿a qué se debe tal tremenda visita? Son todos muy amables por venir a visitarme.
Miss Illuminated Bird.
Maestra Grulla, ¿todavía no le has dicho nada?
Said what,
Se
precisely?
supone que tendría que decirle.
And why should one be
¿Por qué
tasked
tendría
with
que ser yo
saying
quien
it?
lo diga?
You're the
Porque
one
tú eres
who's
quien
known
mejor
Madame
conoce a
Pin
Madame
the
Pin.
longest.
Street word. Or rather,
Caminante. Más bien, ¿prefieres que
presumably, you would prefer to be
Pin?
addressed as Ping?
Oh, Cloud Retainer, you are uncommonly polite today.
Preservadora de nubes, qué cortés te veo hoy.
Given that lantern rite is almost upon us, the weather in the city is most pleasant, and a sweet floral fragrance lingers in the air.
El rito de la linterna se avecina, el clima es excelente y una fragancia floral flota en el aire.
Ganyu,
Ganyu, por favor,
please continue
continúa
from
tú.
here.
Oh. Bueno.
All right.
Alright.
So, this all started because we were trying to help Mr. Dvorak find the Adeptus who saved his ancestor's life.
Resulta que todo empezó porque queríamos ayudar al señor Devorat a encontrar al adeptos que rescató a su antepasado. Kanye le cuenta la historia a Madame Pin.
Cloud Retainer informed us that the one who played that melody and rescued the drowning man was none other than yourself.
Dice, preservadora de nubes nos reveló que el adeptos que interpretaba aquella melodía que salvó al hombre de morir ahogado fue usted.
Let me think. Yes, I do believe I recall that encounter.
Déjame pensar, si creo que yo ya recuerdo aquel encuentro.
What a long time
Eso fue hace
ago that
muchísimo
was.
tiempo. Me sorprende que todavía lo
I'm
recuerdes.
surprised. Even more astonishing, perhaps, is the fact that this story has survived this long at all, when mortal lives are so very brief.
Pero lo que más me fascina es que aquella historia perdura durante tantos siglos, cuando las vidas de los humanos acaban en un suspiro.
It appears that she has proven herself right once again.
Parece que una vez más ella está en lo cierto.
Who's
¿Quién es
she?
ella?
We like to call her Guizhong. From the look in Cloud Retainer's eyes, I sense that she has already told you all about her.
A nosotros nos gusta llamarla Gunshu, y la mirada preservadora de nubes me dice que ya les contó sobre ella.
Albeit
Que
reluctantly, one
conste
might
que tuve
add.
mis reservas. Que tampoco
There is
hice daño
no
a nadie.
harm done.
Tampoco hiciste daño a nadie.
After all, Lantern Right's very purpose is to commemorate the heroes who gave their lives for Liyue.
Al fin y al cabo, el principal motivo del rito de la linterna es conmemorar a los héroes que dieron sus vidas protegiendo Liyue.
Although Guizhong did not live to see the splendid sights of today, she was as much a hero as any other.
A pesar de que Winsu no puede estar aquí para admirar las espléndidas vistas que tenemos hoy, fue una heroína con todas las letras.
So, how has she proven herself right again exactly?
¿Qué fue lo que dijo para estar en lo cierto exactamente?
Once upon a time, she said to me that humans were a weak form of life that she wished to protect with her wisdom.
Tiempo atrás me dijo que los humanos eran criaturas débiles a las que les iba a proteger con su sabiduría.
But as she interacted more and more with them, her opinions on them began to change.
Pero conforme interactuaba más y más con ellos, comenzó a cambiar la forma en la que los veía.
She marveled at the beautiful complexity of their spirits, the sheer splendor of all they could accomplish through their hard work and intelligence.
Quedó conmovida con la bella complejidad de sus corazones y con las maravillas que podían conseguir con su inteligencia y su esfuerzo.
She told us that to underestimate human potential would be to make a grave mistake.
Nos dijo que infravalorar el potencial de los humanos sería un grave error.
With the smallest amount of guidance, enormous power can be unleashed in them.
Dice, solo con guiarlos un poco serían capaces de liberar su enorme poder.
And a human who has reached their full potential may well be her equal.
Un humano
Someone
que
who
haya
could have as
alcanzado todo
much
su
to teach her
potencial podría
adeptus
considerarse como su igual.
as to learn from them.
Así, adeptos y humanos podrían aprender los unos de los otros.
She
Siempre
always
se le
had a
dio bien
way with
escoger las palabras
words.
adecuadas.
That her mechanical accomplishments were judged superior to one's own was, one suspects, in large part due to her sheer eloquence.
El hecho de que sus pericias mecánicas fuesen consideradas superiores a las mías tuvo que ver en gran parte con su elocuencia.
Speaking of mechanics, Cloud Retainer, do you still remember that potted plant mechanism? The one that the
Hablando
two
de
of you
mecánica
gave me
preservadora
as
de
a
nubes,
gift?
¿te acuerdas de aquel bonsai mecánico aquel que te regalaron?
Of course.
Claro que lo recuerdo.
Guizhong and one both put an immense amount of effort into that gift. It would be no overstatement to call it a testament to each of our individual technical genius.
Claro que lo recuerdo. Winsu y yo nos esmeramos mucho en este regalo. Hasta podría considerarse que es el resultado de fusionar la audacia técnica de una con la otra.
As Guizhong once said, it takes every blade of grass and every flower to make a homeland.
Como Winsu solía decir, cada brisna de hierba y cada flor que plantamos conforman nuestra tierra.
When I see the sight of Liyue Harbor before us today,
Cada vez que contemplo el paisaje de Liyue, sus palabras me vienen a la mente.
Madam Ping looks very emotional right now.
Parece que Madame Pin se ha mencionado. Después de todo, ellos vivieron muchas cosas juntas.
of all of us, it was Guizhong who was the fondest of these grand and exciting occasions.
De todos nosotros, ella era quien ponía mi ilusión en celebraciones tan grandes como la de estos días.
If she were still with us, I'm quite sure she would still be trying to best Cloud Retainer's finest works at
Si ella
every
estuviera acá, seguro que
opportunity.
estaría buscando la más mínima oportunidad para competir con las creaciones de la preservadora de nubes a cada momento.
Liyue Harbor is always filled with the sound of music at this time of the year. If she were here, one is certain that she would seek you out to discuss and debate the virtues of various melodies.
Liyue siempre se inunda del sonido de la música en este periodo del año. Si ella estuviera acá, seguro que habría venido a buscarte para admirar y comentar varias melodías. Oh, sí, música.
We've been dying to ask. What was the melody that you played back then?
Hay una cosa que Paimon se me olvidó preguntar. ¿Cuál es la melodía que tocaste aquel día?
Oh, also, with you being such a music expert and all, why don't you join the concert as a performer?
Ah, y ya de paso, ¿cómo estás hecha un artista? ¿Qué te parece si tocas algo en nuestro concierto?
I can make arrangements right away.
Yo podría organizar todo de inmediato.
Oh,
Esta anciana no quiere
as
decepcionarles.
much as I don't wish to damp, it's been a long
Pero ya hace
time
mucho tiempo
since I
que
played
no
this
toco mi
zither.
lira. Mis dedos ya
My
no son tan
fingers don't have the
mañosos como
dexterity
antes.
they once did, and whenever I play that tune, it always reminds me of her.
Y cada vez que interpreto
I
esa
start
melodía no
wondering
puedo
what she
evitar
would think
pensar
of
en
the
ella.
changes I have
Comienzo a
made to her
preguntarme
melody.
qué pensaría de los cambios que hice a su melodía.
There was a period of time whenever I started strumming, it almost felt like she was back again.
Hubo un
Sitting
tiempo en
right
el que
there on the stone stool
con frecuencia
next to me,
imaginaba que
chatting
con solo
away.
rasgar la cuerda de la tira ya pareciera sentada a mi
Skybracer and
lado.
Seagazer too.
En el banco de
Looking
piedra
just like they
parloteando
did in the
sobre
old
cualquier
days.
cosa, guía lo de los cielos al ecuador del océano también, como en los viejos tiempos.
No matter how much time goes by, the moment that melody starts playing, it transports me right back to that time in my memory.
Por mucho tiempo que pase en el instante en el que suena esa melodía, mis recuerdos me transportan a aquella época.
So the past still weighs heavily on your heart?
El pasado aún pesa en su corazón.
Well, I would be lying to myself if I claimed to have completely moved on.
Estaría engañándonos a ustedes y a mí misma si quisiera que ya lo superara por completo.
But that is not to say that grief doesn't get easier with
Pero
time.
conforme pasa el tiempo me siento mejor.
Despite the sadness, I have found many things that bring me joy in life.
Más allá de la tristeza
It
he
is
encontrado
simply
otras
the
cosas que
nature of the
traen
world in which we
alegría a mi
live
vida.
that even if one wished to mourn for an eternity,
En el mundo de los
would
mortales,
be a
aunque yo me
nigh
empeñe a vivir,
impossible
un duelo
feat.
eterno sería algo imposible de cometer.
just look at this potted plant. Isn't it stunning?
Tan solo miren esta planta, ¿no les parece magnífica?
It takes an honest and open mind to confront and conquer grief. You have
Se
indeed
necesita
made
una mente
progress.
abierta y honesta para superar la aflicción. Hiciste un gran progreso.
Be that as it
De todas
may,
formas, es mejor que deje
I
el
shall
escenario
leave the
a nuestros
lantern light
jóvenes.
stage to the youth.
Well,
Si eso es lo
if
que
you're
quieres,
sure.
Granny!
abuela.
Whoa. What's
Wow.
everyone doing here?
¿Cómo es que están todos aquí?
Did something
¿Ha
bad
pasado algo?
And now we've spooked Yanfei. No. Everyone's just here to give me their regards for the holiday.
Ah, y ahora asustamos a Janfei. No, solo vinieron a desearme unas felices fiestas.
Oh, that's
Oh, qué
wonderful.
bien,
I'm
me alegro
glad.
mucho.
Well, in that case, happy Lantern Rite, everyone.
Entonces, en este caso, feliz rito de la linterna a todos. Feliz rito de la linterna, Janfei.
Happy Lantern
Que
Rite.
pases un buen rito de la linterna.
I
Y
just
yo acabo de
remembered
recordar
that
que
I
tengo
have
trabajo
some
que tratar de en el
work to
pabellón
do at
Yusei con
Yuahai
Janfei.
Pavilion that I need to discuss with Yanfei.
No he tenido la
I
oportunidad de
haven't been
hacerlo
able to
hasta
find a
ahora.
chance until now. I will leave Mr. Dvorak in your capable hands. Cloud Retainer, Ping, we will be off for now.
Traveler, dejaré el asunto al señor Deborah en tus manos. Preservadora de nubes, Madame Pin, si nos disculpan.
Huh? Does it have to be right now? Which case is this again? Hey, Ganyu!
¿Tiene que ser ahora mismo? ¿De qué caso dices que se trata esta vez? Oye, Ganyu.
It seems Ganyu still has much to learn when it comes to the art of deception.
Parece que Ganyu todavía tiene mucho que aprender del arte del engaño.
What a pity. She has learned nothing of one's ability to carry a conversation.
No he aprendido nada de mis habilidades conversacionales.
Since it's been so long, Cloud Retainer, why don't you stay? I'll make a cup of tea and we can chat a while.
Ya que llevamos tanto tiempo sin vernos, ¿por qué no te quedas un rato más, preservadora de nubes? Prepararé un poco de té, podríamos charlar un rato.
Gladly.
Me encantaría,
This was
precisamente
one's
estaba pensando en lo
intention as
mismo.
When you next see the Fontaine musician, please give him my regards. I'd like to wish him the very best with the concert.
La próxima vez que se encuentre con el músico de Fontaine, no olviden saludarlo de mi parte. Me gustaría desearle mucha suerte en el concierto.
You got it, Madam Ping.
Descuida, Madame Pin.
Thank you all.
Gracias por venir.
I
Creo que ya les
think
di
you've listened
suficiente
to enough of
conversación por
my
hoy.
nattering. As for that melody, I will play it for you all another time. Goodness knows I need to practice it first.
En cuanto a la melodía, en otra ocasión la tocaré para ustedes. Primero debo practicarla.
Wow.
Wow, eso sería increíble.
We'll look
Lo
forward to
estaremos
it.
esperando.
When that time comes, wherever her spirit may be among the countless grains of sand and specks of dust between the harbor and the mountains, perhaps she will look at the Liyue of today and steal
Cuando
a
ese momento llegue
smile when
donde
she
quiera que su
sees the
espíritu se encuentre en
prosperous
el mar de
land that
polvo
it
y
has
arenante del
become.
puerto y las montañas, tal vez llegue a contemplar la Liyue de ahora y sonría al admirar la prosperidad que se goza.
All right, let's go tell
Habla
Mr.
con
Dvorak
Débora.
the news.
Muy bien, vayamos a informar al Débora.
This is a peaceful neighborhood.
Estas son las linternas. Ya que está Débora. Yo creo que el concierto ya va a iniciar o qué es que pasa.
Mr. Dvorak! Ah, and Kuchin's here too.
Kochi
Thanks
también
for
está
helping
acá.
set all
Gracias
this
por la
up.
ayuda para organizarlo todo.
Welcome back.
Bienvenidos,
Everything
¿cómo
go
fue
well?
todo?
Really, really well. We found the person Mr. Dvorak was looking for.
Estupendísimamente bien. Encontramos al adepto del señor Débora le estaba buscando.
Are you
¿En serio?
serious?
Vuelve a contar la historia sobre los adeptos Ketchin y Débora.
I see. So the melody my ancestor heard was an adeptus remembering her late friend?
Entonces esa melodía que escuchó mi antepasado era de un adepto recordando a una vieja amiga.
That certainly explains why it was such a powerful and poignant tune.
Eso explicaría por qué resultó ser una melodía tan poderosa y conmovedora.
That's a really interesting first reaction.
Esa ha sido una reacción cuando menos curiosa. Paimon supone que así es como piensan los músicos.
I have to say, though, it's hard to believe that the fairy from the tale is now an elderly granny.
No obstante, he de reconocer que lo más difícil de creer es que aquella adepto ahora sea una anciana.
Oh, Paimon knows
Paimon sabe
exactly
exactamente a
what
lo que
you
te
mean.
refieres. Se
Normally,
supone que los
adepti
adeptos
don't
nunca
age at all.
envejecen.
But Streetward Rambler, or Madame Ping as we know her, probably only became old because it's what she wanted for herself.
Pero Caminante Errante, es decir, Madame Pin, seguramente envejeció porque eso es lo que deseaba para sí misma.
Madame Ping possesses vast knowledge and great wisdom. Whatever physical form she may decide to take, her mind and wits are as sharp as they come.
Madame Pin posee vastos conocimientos y una gran sabiduría. Se decante por la apariencia que sea, su mente y su ausencia siempre perdurarán.
Yep, Kuching summed it up perfectly. That's exactly what Paimon was trying to say.
Eso es, tal y como acaba de decir Ketchin, eso es justo lo que Paimon quería decir.
I think... yes. I must thank her in person.
Sí, debería agradecérselos en persona.
That can wait until after the concert, though. For now, I need to devote all my emotional energy to the performance.
Pero eso puedo hacerlo una vez haya concluido el concierto. Ahora es momento de proyectar toda mi energía emocional en esta actuación.
Ah, speaking of, Madame Ping wishes you all the best at the music festival.
Hablando de Madame Pin, nos pidió que te deseáramos buena suerte en el concierto.
Paimon has a sneaking suspicion that she'll stay in her usual spot, but listen to the performances from afar.
Dice, Paimon supone que no se moverá desde del sitio donde la encontramos siempre, pero ella escuchará la música, las actuaciones desde lejos.
Wait, are
Un
you
momento,
serious?
¿lo dices en serio?
Oh, no.
Ahora que
Now I'm
sí, que
starting to
estoy
get
poniéndome
nervous.
de los nervios. Tranquilo, amigo. Madame Pin será como una fan más.
Okay.
De acuerdo,
Alright.
está bien.
Nope. Another rehearsal is
Tengo
in
que volver a
order.
enseñar si me
Please
disculpan.
excuse me, everyone.
Mr. Dvorak? Ah, he's already gone.
Paimon ni siquiera tuvo tiempo de contárselo todo. Antes de comenzáramos nuestra investigación con Ganyu, nos preguntó acerca del significado de la música para que las personas... Ahora Paimon tiene mucho que decir al respecto.
Please,
Por
share your
favor,
insights
comparte
with
tus
me.
pensamientos conmigo.
Well, we found out that music can be used for good, but also for bad.
Bueno, Paimon aprendió que la música puede usarse para una buena causa, pero también para hacer cosas malas.
It can make people happy and moved, but it can also be sad and bittersweet.
La música es capaz de alegrar y conmover a las personas, pero también puede hacer que se sientan tristes y melancólicas.
And music is like a kind of memory written in people's hearts. It can put you in touch with feelings from a totally different time and place.
También la música es como una especie de recuerdo escrito en el corazón de las personas. Puede conectarte con sentimientos de una época y un lugar totalmente distintos. Qué adorable es Paimon cuando aprende cosas.
It sounds like you had an eventful trip. Don't worry, I'm sure Ganyu will fill me in on all the details shortly.
Por lo que nos cuentan, tuvieron un viaje de lo más intenso. No se preocupen, confío en que Ganyu me contará todos los detalles.
Wait, does that mean you're
Espera,
gonna
que
carry on working?
ya te vas a seguir trabajando.
Just a few things to wrap up. All the groundwork is done.
Solo me queda un par de cosas para acabar, nada que resulte demasiado complicado.
As long as everyone enjoys the festival activities, all our efforts are worthwhile.
Mientras todo el mundo pueda disfrutar del festival, todos nuestros esfuerzos habrán valido la pena. Feliz Rito de la Linterna, Ketchin.
Happy Lantern Rite to you
Feliz
as
Rito de la
well.
Linterna, Traveler.
That should be everything taken care of, right?
Oh, ya no nos queda nada
Oh,
por hacer.
no, wait.
Sí que lo hay.
Paimon feels like
Paimon
she's
siente que se
forgetting
está olvidando de
something.
algo. Que era, parece que es algo que pasó hace mucho.
Shoot!
Claro, son los bambús.
Latent.
No los brotes
Wait,
tiernos, estos.
no.
Los mini
Anyway,
brotes. Los brotes de bambú
fancy
tiernos.
bamboo shoots. Jean-Lee said he
Se le dijo
wasn't
que
in
no
a
corría
hurry,
prisa a
so
conseguirlos.
if we went
Así que
now,
todavía estamos a
there's
tiempo, ¿no?
probably still time, right? Anyway,
Y si le
even if we
parece
don't
demasiado
make it,
tarde,
it's not
tampoco es
our
nuestro
fault.
problema, que
He
hubiera
could
ido
totally
él
pick
mismo
them
a
by
recogerlos.
himself. Ugh.
Bueno, vayamos a
Anyway,
buscar la funeraria del
let's check
camino.
with him at Wangcheng Funeral Parlor.
Ah, entonces tenemos que entregar los brotes de bambú. Ve a la funeraria del camino. Ah, aquí están.
Da 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 da
Puta.
da da da. Oh. All right. Let's
Muy
take
bien,
a break
hagamos una
here.
pausa aquí.
Oh wow, look who it is.
Miren quiénes están
Are you
acá. Vinieron a
here to hang
pasar
out
de
with
rato
everyone's favorite funeral director?
con su directora favorita.
So you're just casually practicing your rapping skills at the entrance to your funeral parlor?
Estaban practicando rap en la puerta de la funeraria a plena luz del día, Ver
Okay.
para creer.
After everything
Estás un
we've
tiempo
been
sin verme
through,
y ya te
you don't
asustas
see me for a
de tu
hot
propia
minute,
sombra.
and you're back to being scared of your own shadow. We have all this open space, a clear view of the mountains behind and the sea in front. Not to mention we have several invisible audience members enthusiastically cheering us on.
Aquí
It's the
disponemos de un
perfect
espacio
spot
abierto
to
con las
rehearse.
montañas al fondo y el mar enfrente a nosotros. Además, también contamos con algunos espectadores invisibles que se mantienen a mirarnos y darnos ánimos. Es el lugar ideal para ensayar.
Invisible audience?
Espectadores invisibles.
Gotta say, it took me a few days to get used to Director Who's way of talking.
Lo cierto es que a mí me costó varios días acostumbrarme a la forma de hablar de la directora.
Shinyan was
también se
pretty
la llevó un
spooked
buen
too when
susto
she
cuando
first
llegó.
got here. Just like
Como
when
si
she
hubiera
sees a
visto un
frog,
sapo,
but
pero
a giant
gigantesco y con
frog with
dientes
sharp
afilados.
teeth.
Come on, knock it
Vamos,
off.
corta el rollo.
What's wrong?
¿Qué pasa? Creo que
I've
nunca
never
vi un
seen
rostro
someone look so
que transmitiese
confused
tanta
before.
confusión.
Well, don't worry, because Director Who's here to explain it all.
Pero no hay de qué preocuparse. La directora Who está aquí para explicarlo todo bien clarito.
There once was a Fontaine musician who went around town on a mission. He came door to door for his iridescence tour, looking for acts to audition.
A mis oídos llegó que un músico en su tour iridescente el talento buscó. Qué ocasión más magnífica para que la poetisa del callejón entre en la pista.
With my words, Shinyan's chords, and Yoonjin as our mentor,
Con mis rimas, los acordes de Shinyan, Yoonjin y Chunjin como guía,
we'll take the stage by storm with flames roaring and the whole audience calling for more.
prenderemos el escenario en llamas y el público sin cesar aclamará una canción más. Así se rima Utao.
For sure. The whole
No digas
dance
más.
floor will be yelling encore, encore.
No digas más, esta actuación no la olvidaré jamás.
Paimon's rhyming along.
Pero Paimon comenzó a rimar también sin querer. Pero oye, seguro que prender el escenario en llamas respeta las normas de seguridad, ¿no?
Oh, don't you worry about that. I'm pretty experienced on the stage, and I've already informed the Yuhong of all the pyrotechnics we're planning on using.
No se preocupen por eso, yo tengo mucha experiencia sobre el escenario. También he informado el equilibrio terrenal sobre los efectos pirotécnicos que usaremos.
Guess
Shinjan
we'll
lo
just
dice,
have to
confiaremos
trust
en ella.
Shinyan
Utao
on
has
this
visto a
one.
Sean Lee.
Oh, Zhongli.
Zhongli
He took one of
vi
those
que
fancy
llevaba una
mailboxes
recipiente de
and set off for
comida
the mountains.
cuando se marchó
Said he
hacia la
wanted to pay a
montaña.
visit
Dijo
to
que
some
iba a
old
ver a unos
friends.
viejos amigos.
It's a real pity that he couldn't be
Es una
around for
auténtica
this.
pena que Zhongli no haya
As well
podido
as being a true
acompañarnos hoy.
connoisseur of
Él es todo un
traditional art
experto en las
forms,
artes
he's
tradicionales.
able to appreciate Xinyan's performances too.
Y también se aprecian las actuaciones de Xinyan.
Yeah, that's
Y
right.
eso es, de hecho,
Matter of
fue el
fact,
quien me
he
invitó
was
a
the one
actuar
who
aquí.
first invited. To tell the truth, though, I never thought I'd really find myself rehearsing here one day.
Si les soy sincera, nunca habría imaginado que un día estaría ensayando aquí.
Well,
Pues ya lo sabes,
now
la
you
funeraria del
know.
camino es el
The
mejor sitio para
Wangshan
ensayar.
Funeral Parlor is a great location. All of you are always welcome to come and hang
Aquí
out
todo el mundo es
here,
bienvenido a divertirse,
especially if
sobre
you're in
todo
the mood to
quienes
try
estén dispuestos a
something new.
experimentar algo nuevo.
I can speak to that. Hu Tao is always full of fun surprises.
Yo soy testigo de ello. Hutao siempre es una caja de sorpresas
And jump scares.
y sustos.
Actually, Xinyan,
Por
I have
cierto,
some
Xinyan,
lyric
tengo
ideas
algunas
for your
sugerencias
part.
para tu parte.
Do
¿Te
you want to
gustaría
go through them
escucharlas?
together?
Oh, sure thing.
Claro, soy todo
I'm all
oídos.
ears.
Oh, Traveler in Paimon. I believe Zhongli was heading to Mount Hulao, so make sure you're hiking up the right hill.
Traveler y Paimon, creo que Zhongli se dirigió concretamente a la montaña Hulao. No se vayan a confundir. Décima.
When you see Zhongli, please pass on this message to him. It's up to him whether he wants to support us at the performance tonight, but I expect him to make time for the upcoming banquet we're planning. No excuses.
Y cuando vean a Zhongli, díganle de mi parte que puede librarse de no venir a darnos ánimos hoy en la actuación. Pero de ninguna manera puede perderse el banquete que estamos organizando. No hay excusa que valga.
You should join us too. It'll be a riot. If there's one thing I've learned from being a funeral director, it's how to throw a party.
Dice. Y ustedes deberán venir también. Será divertido. Si algo he aprendido después de tantos años trabajando como directora de una funeraria, sin duda es organizar fiestas. Dice, dirígete a la montaña Hulao. Ay, vamos a hablar con este Zhongli, creo que ya sigue el rito. Rito de la linterna, se acaba. Ay, miren, aquí está. ¿Cómo se llama estos? No me acuerdo de los
Paimon
dos.
sees them! It's Illuminated Deer and Illuminated Bird number 2!
Son el maestro Servio y el maestro Grulla número 2. ¿Cuánto tiempo sin verlos?
A familiar face. Have you come from Liyue Harbor? How is the city
Rostros
nowadays?
conocidos. Vinieron desde Liyue. ¿Cómo van las cosas por la ciudad?
Everything's great!
Estupendamente.
But, you know,
Si tanta
If
curiosidad
you're
tienes,
so
también
curious, you
puedes
can always go
comprobarlo
and
por ti
check it out for
mismo.
yourself.
In fact, Mooncarver has been taking many walks on Mount Tianheng in recent times. I believe the sights of the city are quite familiar to him.
Lo cierto es que el escultor de la luna ha estado paseando por los alrededores de la cordillera Tianjin últimamente. Seguro que tiene un recuerdo reciente del paisaje de Liyue.
Zhongli! Here
Zhongli,
you
por fin
are!
te encontramos.
We
Hemos
brought
traído
the
los brotes de
bamboo
bambú que nos
shoots you
pediste.
Impeccable timing.
Justo en el momento preciso. Zhongli introduce los brotes de bambú tiernos en un aparato para ser utiliza para cocinar.
Traditionally, bamboo shoot soup ought to be slow cooked for many hours on low heat. Using Adeptus arts to hasten the process is something of a shortcut.
Según la receta tradicional, la sopa de brotes de bambú debe cocinarse a fuego lento durante horas, pero gracias a las técnicas adépticas podremos acelerar el proceso.
Wait, that mechanism.
Oye, ese aparato, no es...
Indeed. Cloud Retainer kindly lent me her supreme cuisine machine.
He tomado la cocina mecánica suprema de la preservadora de nubes.
Can we not just call it a cooking machine?
¿Por qué no lo llamas robot de cocina? No, ya está.
Actually, never
Pues
mind.
bueno, no importa.
She seems to take a lot of pride
Parece
in
que
her
los
mechanical
mecanismos de la
gizmos,
preservadora de
so
nubes
it's
son su
probably
principal
best
fuente
if
de
Paimon
orgullo. Es
doesn't
mejor
go
que Paimon no
changing
les
the
cambie el
name
nombre a
willy-nilly.
la ligera.
I trust that you found the answers you were seeking during your
¿Descubrieron algo
recent
nuevo
journey?
durante su último viaje? Y tanto que sí.
Excellent.
Excelente.
The past should be remembered, but not overly dwelt upon. Our journey should be seen as a means to take on more from the world
No hay
around
nada
us.
malo de remover el pasado. Nuestra travesía en este mundo es una oportunidad para vivir tantas experiencias como podamos.
When the bamboo shoot soup is ready, I must insist that you try some for yourself.
Les invito a que prueben la sopa una vez que esté lista. Será un placer.
Oh, Zhongli!
Por cierto,
we
Zhongli,
can't
Hutao
tell
nos
this
pidió
is
que te dijéramos
something.
algo de su parte.
She said, it's up to him whether he wants to support us at the performance tonight, but I expect him to make time for the upcoming banquet we're planning. No excuses.
Díganle de mi parte que puede librarse de no venir a darnos ánimos hoy en la actuación, pero de ninguna manera puede perderse el banquete que estamos organizando. No hay excusas que valga.
When she says performance, she must mean the Lanternite Music Festival.
Y con actuación debe estar refiriéndose al Festival de Rito de la Linterna.
As for the banquet, she didn't tell us anything more about that, but she invited us to come as well.
Y sobre el banquete, Paimon no recuerda que dijera nada más que al respecto, solo que nos invitó a nosotros también.
As you can see, I have a prior engagement with 2 Adepti friends of mine tonight.
Como ven, ya tenía un compromiso
Give
con mis
Director
amigos
who my
adeptos
best
esta noche. Por
wishes for
favor,
the
deseenle buena
performance.
suerte de mi parte.
As for the banquet, since the director insists, far be it from a mere consultant like myself to
En cuanto a un
refuse.
banquete, ya que me insiste tanto, un simple consultor como yo no podría rechazar tal propuesta de su directora.
Yay! Then we'll see you
Yuyu,
there.
te veremos allí entonces.
Absolutely.
Por supuesto.
Rex Lapis,
Red
the bamboo
Lapis, la sopa de
shoot
brotes
soup
de
is
bambú
ready.
ya está lista.
Thank you.
Gracias, la
I will
probaré
examine
enseguida.
it right away.
Tiene un
The
aspecto de lo más
appearance is exquisite.
apetecible
And the
y
aroma
emana un
rich
aroma
and
intenso y
intense.
delicioso. Este plato
The
fue construido
craftsmanship
con
of
una
this
destreza
machine is commendable
sobresaliente.
indeed. Since you came all this way, you should not leave empty-handed. Please, take some soup.
Ya
It
que vinieron a un
tastes
largo
most
camino hasta acá, no
exquisite
puedo
while still
permitir que se
warm.
marchen con los estómagos vacíos. Tomen un poco de sopa, su sabor es todavía más exquisito cuando todavía está caliente. Nos dieron una sopa de brotes de bambú caliente. Bueno. Regresa Liyue. Creo que ahora sí ya sigue. El rito de la linterna. Bueno, vamos a ver si esta parte ya es la última, porque no creo que se extienda más esto. ¿Qué fue que nos dieron? Es como una receta nueva, ¿no? ¿Qué fue lo que nos dieron? Bueno. Creo que ahora sí es, vamos. Qué misión legendaria tan larga, ¿no? Es que hablan demasiado. A ver, vamos pues. A ver. ¿Será que ya se acabó esto? Ah, parece que sí, ya. La cena final se acabó. Acabamos el rito de la linterna del año 2023.
All right, without further ado, I'm Shinyan, this is Hitao, and this is a little something called...
The Bling
I'm up here blazing trails through the midnight sky, lighting up the world below. And when the crowds all hear my voice, they'll meet the spirit of rock and roll.
Let's go! Hey, you butterfly, you two buzzing by, guiding your way to the afterlife, opening the path without a fright. Oh, I'll light the fire, watch it blaze across the universe. I'll spit my rhymes, watch you step, or you'll get burned. Hey, woo!
Yeah!
Does anyone have any plans tomorrow? With another year behind us, I think we deserve a celebration of our own. My treat. Interested?
The Tianquan footing the bill? I can't miss out on that.
Master, listen!
May the year ahead be a blessed one.
I believe it shall be.
Master, the Xiao Lanterns,
Elementary. One shall fashion for you a Xiao Lantern, the likes of which the world has never seen. And you must take it to Liyue Harbor to display its magnificence for all.
Listen! That must be Madame Ping!
Se acabó. Misión completada. Espera hasta la noche del día siguiente. ¿Y esto qué? Viejos amigos, ¿esta es una misión de mundo? Ah, todavía falta un pedacito. ¿Será que toca? Creo que es ir a comer y ya, no sé. A ver, grabemos. La espera hasta la noche del día siguiente. Listo. Falta esa misión que es referente al evento. Entonces vamos a hacerla y ya dejaremos hasta acá la parte 9. Parece que ya se acabó el rito de la linterna. Tomémosles una foto acá de recuerdo del Traveler.
Traveler, hurry! It's almost time for us to join Hotel for dinner! Ooh, and we'll be meeting at Shinue Kiosk. It's the place with a really long wait list.
Vamos al festín.
Of the parlor director, always so generous. Come on, let's go!
Esa voz de Paimon, muy rechinchinosa y habla. Paimon. Es que, fíjense que el Traveler habla muy poco, o sea, la que habla en toda la historia es Paimon.
Oh, so that's how it is. Thanks for the suggestions, Mr. Zhongli. I have them all noted down.
Dice, así que era eso, gracias por sus sugerencias, señor Chong, les tendré en cuenta.
I've long heard that your
Ya sabía
knowledge
que era un
encompasses
excelente
all
conversador
things
en todo
old
tipo de
and new,
temas,
Mr. Zhongli. But I never knew that you were well versed in the art of cooking, too.
Pero no esperaba que también fuera un entendido de las artes culinarias.
It is truly an honor to make
Es
your
todo un honor
acquaintance.
conocerte.
No need for formalities. I too feel humbled to be in the company of such talented young people. There are many things I could learn from you.
No hay necesidad de ser tan formal, soy yo quien se siente honrado al estar rodeado de jóvenes promesas con diferentes talentos como ustedes. Yo también tengo mis debilidades, así que podríamos aprender mucho más unos de los otros.
Oh, you flatter us.
No nos halaga, señor. Si fuera posible, sería mucho molestia pedirle que me diera algún
May I
consejo sobre
trouble you to provide a
exorcismo.
few words of guidance for my practices in exorcism?
Exorcism? I can't say I'm an expert in the field, but if you don't mind, we could start by discussing...
Me temo que solo he leído un par de cosas sobre ello, pero podríamos comenzar hablando de...
Whoa, there's so many
¿Cuánta
people
gente hay
here.
aquí?
All we knew was that Hotel invited Zhongli over. Paimon never thought we'd be meeting so many old friends.
Sabíamos que Jutao había invitado a Shonli, pero no esperábamos que encontráramos con tantos viejos amigos aquí. Feliz rito de la linterna, feliz rito de la linterna.
Likewise.
Feliz día, por favor,
Please take a
siéntense.
seat.
Y Paimon también se sienta.
Lantern right.
Feliz rito de la
Are you having
linterna, ¿te lo estás pasando bien? Está resultando muy enriquecedor.
Me too. I've seen Xinyan perform before, but this is the first time I've watched something like this.
Yo también había visto alguna actuación de Xinyan, pero es la primera vez que veo como una cosa como esta.
I heard that the audience loved
Escuché que
it
el público
too,
quedó maravillado
and she's been
y que por
receiving quite
eso
a
la
lot of
invitaron a actuar
performance
en más
invitations
sitios.
lately. She's more busy than ever, and Yoonjin's gonna help her.
Está más ocupada que nunca, pero Yujin le está ayudando.
Yep, and they asked us to pass on their season's greetings to everyone. They hope we'll have a wonderful gathering.
Nos pidieron que los saludáramos de su parte, que les deseáramos felices fiestas y que disfrutemos mucho de la cena.
The performance was spectacular indeed. However, it gave Xiangling a huge burst of inspiration, which in turn gave us a bit of a headache.
Su actuación fue tan revolucionaria que Shanlin quedó desbordada de inspiración, lo cual acabó dándonos complicaciones a todos.
Us? Did Xiangling ask you to try out her dishes too?
A todos, a mí también te pidió que probaras sus platos.
That, my friend, is beside the point. Watching you eat was enough for me.
Amigo, ¿qué más da? No importa, me conformo con verte comer.
Come to think of it, I probably shouldn't have burdened Chongyun with eating my share too.
Hold on, Xiangling came up with a new recipe?
Están diciendo que Shanlin creó un nuevo plato. Paimon tiene que probarlo.
See?
Miren,
Someone here
miren,
knows how to
Paimon
encourage
sí sabe que
people.
animar a la gente.
Thanks,
Gracias.
Paimon.
Paimon.
Oh, and I have to thank Mr. Zhongli too. He gave me lots of useful pointers that really drove it home for me.
Sus indicaciones me sirvieron de muchas mientras creaba la nueva receta.
Oh, so that's what you were talking about before we arrived.
Yes. Since we'll be dining together, the topic of our conversation naturally revolved around cooking. Xiangling's ideas are truly unconventional. Her choices in both ingredients and spices are comparable to a melody dancing on the tongue. My suggestions were nothing more than the icing on the cake.
Oh, the two of you always deliver.
No se podía esperar menos de ustedes.
Now I'm
Cállame,
getting
que me da
embarrassed.
vergüenza.
Anyway, I'll get everyone to have a taste after I've adjusted the recipe based on Mr. Xiangli's advice.
Los invitaría a todos que prueban cuando haya ajustado la receta según las sugerencias del señor Sean Entonces no
That
tendremos
sounds
nada
like
que
it
temer
might
cuando lo
become a little
probemos.
safer to eat.
How about I sample the dishes next time?
Speaking of eating, Paimon feels like we're
Que
missing
falta
someone.
alguien. Sí, ¿quién falta?
Oh, Huta was the one who
Huta
invited us, but
nos
she's not
invitó,
here.
pero no está acá. ¿Y dónde está Guba?
Oh, the Guoba volunteered to help Dad at the restaurant.
Guba se ofreció a ayudar en la cocina.
You know, lots of people come over to eat during Lantern Rite. Without Guoba helping out, I probably wouldn't have had the time to accept Hu Tao's invitation. As for Hu Tao...
The director went to collect a guest. She asked me to stay here and host you for the time being. Seems like it's almost time.
Huh? Huta went to fetch someone in person? Oh, that must mean they are super important. Could it be Kuching? Ningguang? Or Captain Beto?
She didn't clarify. And as her subordinate, I couldn't just pry into the details, could I?
De repente la puerta del restaurante se abre de par a par.
We're here!
Ya estamos aquí. Ah, llegó Jutao.
We're not
Llegamos
late
a
to the
tiempo,
party,
¿no?
right? Right? Good thing the Conqueror of Demons and I are both as swift as the wind. And whoosh, we made it just in time.
Bueno, Jutao es como divertida, ¿no? Al fin y al cabo hace cosas raras, oscuras, pero sí tiene buen sentido del humor, ¿no?
I see. So the important guest is the Conqueror of Demons. I've been looking forward to meeting you. The director didn't mention anything when she invited us. What a pleasant surprise. Gathered here with us tonight are not only young and accomplished individuals, but also the protector of Leo's peace, Adeptus Alatus. To convene here with all of you is indeed a great honor.
Será un evento único. Unos cuantos días antes en la posada Wanshu. Voy a contar otra historia. ¿Qué fue lo que pasó?
It's almost Lantern Rite, yet you took all the trouble coming here.
Bueno, esta historia no la voy a leer, voy a dejársela a ustedes porque ya estoy cansado de leer tanto, la verdad. Así que léanlo ustedes y escuchen.
The director has a way of making it difficult to decline.
Rex Lapis, may I ask what troubles you?
The director asked me to buy sesame oil in preparation for the celebrations.
Huh. Then why would you come all the way to Wangshu Inn?
I had a pleasant chat with Chef Yenchao and received some spices from him. And, see? Here's some matsutake and a portion of ham.
What about the sesame oil?
It's a shame. I couldn't find the kind the director was looking for.
I'm sure you're exaggerating, Zhang... Sir.
There he goes again. Enough with the pleasantries. Go let our guests take a seat. Everyone here today is well known in their own field and has probably heard about one another to some extent. Some of us are even old acquaintances, so there's no need to be this formal. I heard that the Conqueror of Demons and the Traveler are pretty close, no?
Sí somos amigos desde hace mucho.
Great. You two sit together.
Ustedes dos se sentaron juntos.
You should take a seat
Usted también
too,
debería
Director.
sentarse, directora.
Oh, finally
Por
remembered
fin,
me.
vaya, por fin te acordaste de mí.
When we arrived just now, the host at Shinyue Kiosk told me our dishes are almost ready. Perfect timing.
Llegamos justo a tiempo.
Let's not wait any longer and ask them to bring out the food.
Que nos traigan la comida. Sirven la comida y un delicioso aroma invade el lugar. Se disponen a degustar los
Paimon would have
platos.
never guessed the person who Tao went to fetch was Xiao.
Futao fue a recibir a Xiaoyu.
Oh, that's also the first I've heard of the Traveler and Paimon being friends with the Conqueror of Demons.
You know
Ahora eres amigo de
Xiao?
todos. ¿Tú también conoces a Xiaoyu?
Knowing is a bit of an overstatement. I've always looked up to him. You might not know this, Paimon, but we exorcists have worked in close collaboration with the Conqueror of Demons for many generations, dispelling evil together, both in the open and from the shadows. Hard to imagine that thanks to Hu Tao, I've finally gotten the chance to meet him. Conqueror of Demons, I'm honored to make your acquaintance.
Likewise.
It is a great honor indeed to have a chance to meet the legendary Conqueror of Demons. I remember you mentioning wanting him to understand the importance of exorcists.
Ahem.
We know each other too. He helped try my dishes during the Masterful Chef's cook-off. I didn't think we'd have the chance to meet again.
No anecdote, however, compares to meeting you in person. I'm Singcho.
Whoa. Everyone's getting all formal and polite all of a sudden. Paimon doesn't know what she should say anymore. Adeptus Xiao, mighty conqueror of demons. Please accept Paimon's greetings too. Belated Happy Lantern Rite. Paimon tried very hard to look for a fancy word, okay? Don't be too harsh on Paimon!
There's no need to be so polite.
You're right. This was meant to be a nice little get-together between friends after all. Too much formality kills the atmosphere. I didn't plan this gathering only for everyone to walk on eggshells. Hiya.
What's your true intention, then?
A little get-together between friends, sipping the finest tea and watching lanterns float into the sky, bidding farewell to the past, and embracing the present with joy.
Me gusta esa frase de Jutao. Despedir el pasado y dar una alegre bienvenida al presente.
And that is something our consultant would say. I think it deserves a standing ovation.
Aplausos a Sean.
Indeed. Exceptional acting skills, Director.
As for me, I'm just here to have fun and treat everyone to something good. We all worked really hard this year, whether traveling or guiding. Cooking, helping with the family business, exorcising evil spirits, or conquering demons. And of course, our consultant, who's been helping out at the park. Everyone has done some pretty amazing things. As the one who brought everyone together, it goes without saying that I'm the one most deserving of praise.
Huh? Sounds kinda self-important, but Paimon thinks it's pretty amazing that she managed to talk Xiao into coming. He rarely ever enters Liyue Harbor after all.
It wasn't as complicated as you think.
Okay, gotcha. Thanks, boss lady.
It's not boss lady, just boss. And there she goes. What a lively girl.
Conqueror of Demons, Adeptus Xiao. Guardian of Wangshu Inn, Hero of Dihua Marsh. I know you're there.
Quiet. Do not disturb the peace.
Sorry, but you wouldn't show up if I didn't yell your name, would you?
I know you. You're the 77th director of Wangsheng Funeral Parlor. Is there something you need?
That does sound like one of Hu Tao's antics.
Did the Conqueror of Demons agree to come so that Hu Tao would stop pestering him?
There might be other reasons.
Smart guess.
Huh? There's more to it?
It gets pretty boring from here on. I talked about the funeral parlor's past relationships with the guardian yakshas. You know, just to be sociable.
In the time of the Archon War, disputes were frequent, and disaster overtook the land. Humans couldn't escape from the torment of the plague, nor could they escape death. The Adepti vanquished the demons, the Millelith fought valiantly, and Wangsheng Funeral Parlor was responsible for purifying the diseased and sending off the spirit. That is how the border between life and death was maintained during the war. And it effectively prevented further incidents from happening.
That's right. 1 point for the consultant. But despite our deep-rooted connection, it still took me quite a while to actually convince him. You know him pretty well, huh?
Le conoces muy bien, ¿eh?
This matter is out of my control, so I need to be cautious.
True, but I've kept that in mind too. That's why everyone here today is in one way or another acquainted with elemental power. Besides, it'll only be for a short while as we dine together. There won't be any lasting consequences.
But I didn't expect there to be so many people.
There's no need to worry, Conqueror of Demons. We're not feeling anything unusual so far. Our young exorcist over here is protected by his pure yang energy, so he's probably the most resilient.
That's not the same. And did you just toss your carrots into my bowl? Hey!
Huh? What?
I'm siding with Chongyun. I saw that too. You're lucky Guoba isn't here today. He hates seeing people being picky with their food. If he'd seen that, he'd definitely make you eat all your carrots.
Huh? Guoba would do that? Is he that uncompromising? But now that I think of it, Xianglin told me that Guoba used to be the stove god.
It sounds like you've heard the rumors.
I'm doing fine. Not long ago, before Lantern Rite, I met an old friend. Thanks to his help, things have been a lot more stable than before. You should know him. He's...
Seeds of story. Brought.
And cultivated by time.
Crecerán con el tiempo.
Did Paimon just unconsciously complete that saying?
Paimon acaba de completar esa rima sin querer.
That voice.
Esa voz era de Evento, ¿no?
If I'm not mistaken, there's someone knocking
Diría
at
que
the door.
alguien en la puerta.
Don't just sit there, Zhongli. Go welcome our guest in.
Tenemos que abrir la puerta a nuestro invitado.
No such need.
No se molesten, con permiso.
You finally let me in.
Pues me dejan entrar. Ven.
Hello, hello. No matter if we've met before or not, this moment marks a brand new encounter. Old friends and new. Happy Lantern Rite.
Oh, it's the tone deaf
Este es el bardo de pacotilla.
Oh, he seems to carry a valiant breeze wherever he goes. It looks like we're gonna be friends. Fate has brought us together, so come on, take a seat and be my guest. Help yourself. Oh, I'll ask them for another set of cutlery. This young lady here is as bright as a fresh bouquet of flowers in the morning's rising sun. She no doubt is the one with the most authority here. Whoa, these dishes look amazing. Is it really okay for me to join in? All right, I'm digging it.
Huh, it's you.
Oh, isn't this Genu? Genyu?
Yep. Now that I've taken a closer look, you're a fan of Genyu's works, aren't you? I met Xingqiu at a light novel convention. Ah, how I wish we'd met sooner. I never expected that there'd be another person in this world who could interpret Genyu's new novel as thoroughly as I could.
Venti, you're being too humble. Considering your poetic talent, your fundamentals are way more impressive.
Could this new guest be Master Xingqiu's friend?
Yeah! Xiao, you remember me too, right? We had a chat not long ago.
Yes, yes. Monsters become more active than usual as we get closer to Lantern Rite. I was patrolling Dihua Marsh a few days ago, when I happened to run into this...
Con este...
You've already forgotten?
Soy un
I'm a
bardo, ¿te
bard.
acuerdas?
Remember? And bards go around singing wherever
Los
they
bardos
like.
salen por ahí a cantar.
Oh, right. And this bard was performing in
Y
Dihua
esta vez
Marsh.
saliste a cantar el pantano Dihua.
It was a moving melody, and it made me feel relaxed and at ease. I couldn't help but stay and listen.
Thank you for your patronage.
Entiendo que es difícil resistirse a las canciones de Venti.
I understand now, too. I'm Zhongli, currently working at the Wangsheng Funeral Parlor. It's a pleasure to meet you, new friend.
And I'm his boss. Oh, and if there's anything unsatisfactory, let me know anytime.
That's very considerate of you.
Oh? No wonder. Only a boss as savvy and reliable as you would be able to hire such an impressive consultant.
Oh, you're too nice, Venti.
¿Qué labia tienes, Venti?
Not to brag, but our consultant truly is impressive. His knowledge extends across the stars and the land, and there's nothing throughout history that he doesn't know. From the sophisticated way he speaks, it's hard not to suspect that he could very well be
Todos
an
dirían que son
adeptus in
adeptos
disguise.
encubiertos.
Xiao, you're an adeptus.
Tú eres un adeptos dinos.
Do you
¿Crees
think
que
it might be
podría ser eso
possible?
posible? Él es el arconte tonta. ¿Qué
I-
no sabe?
Sorry. I'm only
Disculpen,
good
solo
at
me da
conquering
bien cazar
demons.
demonios.
I'm afraid I
Temo que no
don't
podré
have much
aclararles
knowledge
nada
in
sobre
that
este
matter.
tema.
Really? But Paimon thinks you're super knowledgeable.
Sabes muchas cosas. Paimon, sígueme el juego. Sigue el juego.
Huh?
Solo sabe el Traveler y la Paimon nomás. No pueden decirle a todo el mundo que son arcontes.
Xiao's a warrior. He doesn't come to the city very often, so it's, pretty normal for him to not know anything.
Really?
¿Con qué es eso?
I've actually heard a few things about Mr. Zhongli before. The guests in the tavern talked about this refined and courteous man who, instead of having wine at Mondstadt's finest tavern,
Conozco la
ordered
taberna
a
de
cup of
Mondstadt.
hot tea with the most complex name.
Now that you mention it, I seem to recall that there indeed is a musician like yourself in Mondstadt. I've heard that he's elegant and amiable, his works witty and vibrant. It's no overstatement to regard him as the best bard in Mondstadt.
Now you're making me embarrassed. I would say that Mondstadt's poetry is a little run-of-the-mill sometimes. There's one I heard a while back that went, "The old house is renewed, welcoming the spring breeze, awakening old memories." The meaning's there, but the word choices are unimaginative, and there's a distinct lack of literary flair.
I think so too. The composition needs a little jazzing up. If I were to give it a go, I'd make it... An old melon on a vine, a new flower that grows fine.
Oh, good one! It feels unique and
Y
has a
además
nice
rima.
ring to it.
You have great taste, Venti. I was right about you. Let's shake hands.
Te manos la mano.
Of course, of course.
Faltaría más, faltaría más.
Shincho. Mind lending me a few books when we get back? Pick out some well-written ones. I don't know if it's my own lack of literary knowledge, but I couldn't tell the difference between those two.
I don't think it's your fault.
Chongyun's right. It's not our fault.
Oh, you have a point. But speaking of, why is the tone-deaf bard here? Are you here to take part in Lantern Rite?
I heard that Liyue will be hosting a Lantern Rite music festival this year. As a musician myself, how could I possibly resist the temptation to come take a look? Or listen. Getting to know other musical styles is essential to sparking inspiration, don't you think? As for the Fontaine friend who hosted the festival, I saw him near Stone Gate the other day. The Iridescence tour has finally been held successfully for once, so I had to congratulate him. Don't think anything of it. By the way, I was watching as you entered Shinyue Kiosk, but no one seemed to notice me. Should I say that it's because I'm an expert in hiding, or that a certain someone deliberately ignored the sound of the wind?
Whenever Lantern Rite comes around, Liyue Harbor becomes bustling with activity. People are all busy watching the lanterns and strolling around the shops, and they might just go travel somewhere on a whim. The festival is in full swing and proceeding smoothly, and we're all gathered here with friends, new and old. This is to come together with all of you at the beginning of the year. One can't help but be filled with joy. In a moment like this, I propose we raise a glass together. In my case, tea in lieu of wine.
Very well said, Mr. Zhongli. That was exactly what I wanted to say. Now I'm getting a little self-conscious. I didn't cause you too much trouble barging in like that, did I? We usually drink wine during occasions like this over in Mondstadt, but since Mr. Zhongli insists on drinking tea, I'll give a toast with tea too. Everyone, thanks for the treat.
You're welcome. As the host of this gathering, I hope everyone enjoys the food and drinks. May this year be better than the last. Considering that everyone may have other matters to attend to later, sticking to tea seems like a good idea.
All of a sudden, they started proposing toasts. Should we?
What's with the urgency? Sure.
Have you two finished eating? It's always nice to have a breath of fresh air after a meal. Helps with digestion.
Paimon will come too. Yeah? Okay then. Don't forget to come back.
El del kiosco Shinsui. Creo que ya terminaron de comer. Uy, no.
Are you all right? It's hard to describe. It's not that. There were those among the Adepti who loved gatherings and idle chit-chat. Sometimes they would call up a few others for a drink. Even I got dragged along to their gatherings many times. The Adepti all have their specialties, making most of them proud and arrogant. Everything they say is straight from the heart. It never gets too complicated. But this time... That's not what I meant. Or perhaps I should say Rex Lapis is really good at adapting to human life. You could say that he actually enjoys doing so. And that's something I might never be able to do.
Tú tienes que ser tú mismo, nadie más.
That does sound like something you would say. No matter. I know my circumstances. Whenever I think of the ordinary conversations I've had with you, it feels strangely novel. Yes. The parlor director went out of her way with the invitation, so it was difficult to turn her down. She told me that all the guests today would be acquainted with elemental power, and I knew that you would be here. But I didn't expect the other guests to be...
Nadie lo habría imaginado.
General Capisis always said that we should live in the present and enjoy every pleasant surprise. Perhaps that's what I should do with what I'm feeling now. But I think he meant designing clothes for those around him. The clothes were intricately designed, but inconvenient to wear. Brother Bosacius never tried to hide his distaste in front of him. Rex Lapis did like his designs and even collected quite a few. The outfit he wears now was also designed by General Capisis himself. I never saw him wear this during the war. I didn't expect him to start wearing it later.
Oh, here you are. I'm not intruding, right?
You're not. What is it?
Hu Tao saw that everyone's done eating and asked the staff to bring out the desserts. Paimon got so anxious that you weren't back yet that she scarfed down her dessert without the usual slurping and munching. To be honest, I was kind of worried too. You looked a little restless just now, and I thought you weren't used to the food here and was planning to head back to Wangshu Inn for something Yanchi.
You're worrying too much. Why would I? Anyway, let's head back.
Please wait! There's another reason why I came looking for you. Here, take these. I brought them for you.
Almond tofu?
Yup. Since the Masterful Chef's competition, you could say that Yan Xiao and I are not only competitors, but good friends as well. I visit him at Wangshu Inn sometimes to discuss our cooking. I heard him say that the esteemed guest on the roof loves nothing more than a good plate of almond tofu, so I learned a thing or two about the dish from him. I'll be honest, before Hu Tao invited everyone, she secretly came looking for me, told me about the guests she planned to invite, and asked me. So I made a few servings of almond tofu for you guys in advance. Take them as a token of gratitude for your support. When I told Guoba that I was making these for you, he started eagerly running around the kitchen and helping a lot too.
Thank you for the trouble. I'll take them. Thank you.
You're welcome. Oh, the almond tofu I made probably tastes and feels a little different from the type Yan Xiao cooks.
Okay.
That's all. Alrighty, we should head back now. We can't keep Paimon waiting.
Regresa al kiosco Chinsue.
You're finally done whispering secrets to each other? So much for promising Paimon you'll be back soon. How could you say that to Paimon? In that case, besides having no sense of time, Paimon will let you know what having no sense of fullness looks like. Your dessert is all Paimon's.
Sorry to keep everyone waiting.
No worries, we're all just chatting here. There's no serious business to take care of. Whether we're chatting outside or inside, it's all the same.
Paimon's too busy eating to talk to you.
But even though we're all well acquainted by now, I think this festive gathering deserves something ceremonious.
Oh? Is this some local custom?
Nope. This is something I made up so that good luck will be on our side, that's all. Spontaneity is the best choice to make here. Let's use this incense burner on the table.
It's been lit for so long now that the incense is running out. I'll leave refilling and lighting the incense to the most distinguished guest among us all. Lighting the incense will signify continuous growth and prosperity in all our endeavors in the new year.
I see. Perfect symbolism, as expected of Hu Tao. And speaking of the most distinguished guest here today, I'm sure we all agree that it's Mr. Zhongli. I'm not very familiar with the details of his past deeds, but chatting with him has been a real eye-opener, even for a bard who has traveled all across the world. If knowledge were a form of power, one could even say that you're a wielder of unlimited strength.
But when it comes to having a way with words, the notable bard is certainly one cut above the rest. I just happen to have a good memory. It is such an unexceptional skill, yet you made it sound like an unparalleled talent. I am truly impressed. Since we all get to nominate someone, I think it's only fair that we let the parlor director light the incense.
Huh? That won't do. Don't flatter me just because I'm your boss. We are looking for the most distinguished guest here. As the host, I shouldn't be involved in this discussion at all. Now that we've enjoyed this table full of delicacies, how about we let our one and only chef here do the honors?
Is this really the way this works? I didn't cook any of these dishes.
It's not a big deal. Just look at her. Xiangling, the disciple of an adeptus, the stove god's best companion, the winner of the Masterful Chef's competition. The only heir of the famous One Mean restaurant. A good old friend of mine. There's no better
why does Paimon feel like we're back at square one again? Please stop! You're making
Estás haciendo que me
me nervous.
sonroje.
If we're looking for a distinguished guest, surely
Quien
the
le
second
tocó
son
al
of the
viajero
famed Commerce
encenderla
Guild
en
counts.
incienso.
It's one of the largest commerce guilds in Liyue Harbor.
Huh? Don't get me involved in this.
Ooh, not a bad choice. With the Commerce Guild's young master lighting the incense, we're all sure to make a huge sum of mora in the new year.
That's not how it works. Making a fortune is indeed a fine wish, but it's of lesser importance than good health and happiness, which means we should choose Chongyun, the skilled exorcist who keeps everyone's home safe from evil spirits.
Huh? Now you're nominating me? I can't be the one when we have the Conqueror of Demons right here. Adeptus Xiao has the most seniority among everyone here today. We should...
I refuse. I am most certainly not the most distinguished guest here.
¿Quién es el viajero?
You should all be able to make the right judgment based on your observations. One person here is well acquainted with everyone else.
Al que todos conocemos muy bien. Ay. Y cómo lo miran.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, cierto.
Even though you're always mocking
Aunque siempre eres un pesado con Paimon, todo el mundo te
with other
tiene mucho
people.
aprecio.
No, wait.
No espera, Paimon se
Paimon
prometió
said
que no
she
te volverá a
wouldn't
dirigir la
talk to you
palabra.
again.
No soy el único que encaja en esta descripción.
Huh?
¿Quién más?
Who else is there?
¿Quién más va a ser tú, Paimon? Mira al espejo y lo sabrás.
Huh? Does that mean
Paimon es la mitad más distinguida. Ay, bueno, eso sí que no me lo esperaba, Paimon, jeje.
I agree.
Estoy totalmente de
Paimon's
acuerdo.
just
Al final,
the
Paimon
one
es
we
justo a quien necesitamos.
Without a friend constantly by your side, a long journey would become
Sería eterno y
dreadfully
solitario,
lonesome.
sí. Con esa voz por la china. Que habla y habla.
But once you have someone there to brighten up the atmosphere, everything along the way will become lively and vibrant too.
Ah. The traveler has traversed many nations and left behind a great deal of fascinating stories. But without Paimon, they would have become quite monotonous. Paimon plays an indispensable role in making
Con
your journey
serenidad
a
y alegría.
happy and smooth one.
Qué va.
Guys, Paimon's not used to being praised like that. Those were genuine compliments, right?
Pues claro, eres la mejor compañera de viaje.
Thank you. You made Paimon wait for a long time, but Paimon's not mad anymore.
Don't take everything to heart, Paimon. Friends tease each other all the time.
That is indeed true.
That means Paimon is as important to the Traveler as Guoba is to me. Looks like we've come to an agreement. Any objections before we proceed?
I trust the Traveler's judgment.
Yo me fío de la decisión del Traveler.
Then Paimon it
Pues
is.
decidido, Paimon.
And now, the world's most excellent Traveler's greatest companion, guide, and friend, Paimon.
Encenderá el incienso para todos nosotros.
Here you go. Take the match, and don't burn yourself. But if things go really wrong, here's the 2-for-1 coupon.
Paimon enciende el incienso con cierta torpeza. Entonces continúan charlando y tomando el té tranquilamente hasta el anochecer. Tras haberse deleitado con un té exquisito y una comida suculenta, el banquete llega a su fin y todos se disponen a despedirse. Ahora creo que ya se acabó. O sea, Paimon es la que encendió el incienso. Ay, no.
It's getting late. I won't take up any more of your time. You're all free to go as you please.
Pueden marcharse cuando gusten. Gracias por invitarnos, directora.
Yep, the tea was amazing too.
El té también estaba delicioso.
You don't have to go all polite on me. Just remember to come when I invite you next time. Let's see. It's dark out, so I'm going to accompany Xiangling, Xingqiu, and Changyin back home. As for the rest of the guests, I'll leave them to our consultant.
No need. I'm headed towards the harbor to meet a friend on the ship. There's no need to trouble one such as Mr. Zhongli. I think you know the place I'm talking about. Come meet me anytime. It was great getting to know you all. Let's meet again when the spring breeze begins to blow.
Bye. Oh, we should write poetry together sometime.
Un día podremos escribir un poema juntos.
We'll catch you all later then. Don't forget to return to the parlor later. There's something I need you to do.
Understood. See you later.
Adiós a todos. Entonces,
Well,
Rex Lapis.
Rex Lapis.
just Zhongli will do.
Es suficiente con llamarme Chong-Li.
I live as a mortal in
Ahora
Liu
vivo como un
Harbor.
mortal en más de Liyue.
I am just one among many who begin work at sunrise and retire to rest at sundown. If we were to consider status and seniority as Zhongli, I should be respectfully referring to you as Adeptus Shao.
Heaven forbid. Not you too.
I meant what I said. I heard that during the Lantern Rite Music Festival you conferred with Streetward Rambler and Cloud Retainer. I take it as you've gained a lot more knowledge about the past? The same truth will sound different coming from different people. As more bear witness to a story, feelings and interpretations expand in variety too. I once had a pleasant chat about the past and present with a Sumeru scholar named Soraya, and learned a few things about her research topic. From the evidence she found and the conclusion she made, her area of research is already very close to the truth. But there are multiple sides to humans and gods alike. In the legends recorded by humans, some gods were depicted as arrogant and condescending, while others were kind and capable. But whether to me, Streetward Rambler, Cloud Retainer, or younger adepti such as Shao and Ganyu, those adepti and gods that may seem extraordinary to humans are something more akin to close companions. This was as true back then as it is right now. Just how Shao may seem unapproachable to most, but the Traveler has proved otherwise. So there's no need to dwell too much on certain things.
Rex I mean, Zhongli, what you're saying is...
It looks like you understood what I meant. Ah. The director asked me to accompany you on your return. But I don't think you'll need my protection. I'll be taking a walk around and admiring the night scenery. After that, it'll be time for me to go back and meet up with the director.
Bye, Zhongli! Everyone's gone now. Paimon always feels a little empty inside when a lively celebration ends. But at least you always stay by Paimon's side.
Pero tú siempre permaneces junto a Paimon.
No. Paimon got it mixed up. Paimon, the best and most distinguished travel guide, will always stay by your side, traveler.
Me temo que seguiré precisando su asistencia en el futuro, distinguida Paimon.
Good that you're aware of that.
Menos mal que eres consciente de ello.
Shell, is there anything else you want to do? We could take you on a tour of Liyue Harbor.
No need. I've stayed here for much longer than I had expected. The city lights are a fine sight. The events of today occurred so abruptly. I appreciate your kindness. Okay. I'll see you next time then.
Nos veré a la próxima. Parece que ya se terminó. Ahora sí ya no hay nada que hacer en este evento. A ver. Bueno, mis viajeros y viajeras, dejaremos la parte nueva hasta aquí. Espero que les haya gustado. Los invito a que se pasen y me busquen en YouTube como Teiba TV. Y también se pasen al canal de Twitch, que es la plataforma morada, como Teiba TV 1. ¿Listo? Les invito a todos a que me sigan y podrán sintonizar conmigo en los contenidos que he publicado. ¿Listo? Interactuar y todo eso. Recuerdo los horarios que manejo es de 8 a 10 de la noche en hora local de México, ¿vale? Entonces dejaremos hasta acá el rito de la linterna del año 2023 y nos veremos hasta la próxima.